Go.
Thanks. Good morning, welcome to Sunday School. Today is Father's Day, so obviously we're thinking all about our fathers, our daddies, but we're also thinking about God, our Father, the Father of all of us, and being Sunday School. I'm going to tie it into the sermon today. We are going to be making Father's Day paperweights, a nice gift for Dad. Put an image of yourself on it or a message. But the reading that we're taking it from today is Matthew 10, and from verse 29, it's this part. For only a penny you can buy 2 sparrows, yet not one sparrow falls to the ground without your Father's consent, without God knowing about it or allowing it. As for you, even the hairs of your head have all been counted. That's how precious we are to God. He's literally counted the hairs on our head. He sees us and He knows us. So do not be afraid, for you are worth much more than many sparrows. So, right, what we're going to do is, all you need is a stone or a pebble. We found these on the beach, but you can also buy them in garden centres. Doesn't have to be large, it could be small. You don't even have to have white paint to paint it if you don't want to. All I've used is a Sharpie to draw this face so far, but we can also use paint. I'll show us how we'll do that with paint. If you haven't got a really fine paintbrush, you can actually just use a blade of grass and just put the end in the paint and we'll paint the hair on. Okay, so once you've got your paint on, and ideally it's 2 layers so it's dried really nicely, what you can do is either get your fine paintbrush. Let's try with our blade of grass, shall we? We've all got grass at home. And as you paint the hair, I want you to think about it. Just think of the fact that God has counted every hair on your head. I'm using yellow here. You might be blonde, or you could use black. He's counted every hair on your head. That's not working too well. I'm going to swap to a brush. And as we all know, there are a lot of hairs on our head, but God has counted all of them. He's counted every hair on our head. You might want to use a couple of different colours, a little bit of brown in there to make it look different. Okay. And as precious as we are to our own dads, we are even more precious, all of us, our fathers too, to God the Father. Okay, so we can start to do a little something like that. Or if you wanted to use a Sharpie, what you want to do when you start your face is you find the halfway line, and then it's below that you will start your eye. So you can start with the circle, leave a blank bit in the middle, so that you can have a little bit of an eye shine there. So halfway up the stone, and I can finish that eye. And then if you want to have, you can have just a little mouth, or you can colour it in. You can do this with paint or Sharpies or marker pens. If you wanted to live out in the garden for Dad, then you paint it with varnish afterwards just to protect it and keep it shiny and safe. Okay, and then remember you can do your hair. Okay. And as we finish up now, let's just say a prayer to God. Say, thank you, Father God, for the fathers that we have and the fathers that we find through life. Thank you for being our Father and protecting us and giving us strength and protection and help and seeing us and hearing us whenever we need you. Thank you, Father God. Amen.